Okay, today on the Embroidery 2 channel, I'm going to show you about bucket caps. Haven't did a video like this, a little more challenging, a little different, because bucket caps are different. They're unstructured caps, and they are different than regular caps or hats. So let's look at, we have an SWF machine, and we're going to look at the cap frames that we get supplied with when we buy our machine. So we got two of them here. And you can see this one right here, that will not work. So that's not the one to use for the bucket caps. Just will not work. Remember, the rim or the brim goes all the way around the cap, and that's the problem with this type of a hooping system or cap frame. It will not work. So the one to use is to the left. Let's get this one out of the way. That's the one to use for bucket caps. And so I'm going to show you how to use that and what I do to make the cap turn out really nice. So the main thing, first of all, is if you look at the bucket cap, let's take a look at the bucket cap next. I think that's something we want to look at and show you a few tricks on how bucket caps are made and the way we want to embroider it. Okay, there's a bucket cap. I've already made my center line on that bucket cap. So let's look at the inside. This is a sportsman bucket cap. And so it has a label in there, as you can see. So that label is the center of the back. And there's like a seam there. That seam on that label, the sportsman label, is the center of the back. So you want to go approximately to the center of the front and make a mark. Well, how do you do that? I just stretch it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want to have a mark. You want to know approximately where the center is, because otherwise you're all over the place. So you can take it, and put your head on where the center is. There's a center seam right here, and just pull it straight. Pull it straight, just like that. Well, where your thumb's at, this is the center. Approximately the center. You're stretching that. That's going to be the center. So make your mark there. It can be with a pen, it can be with some tape, it can be whatever you want to do. Make your mark. That's going to have to be done on every cap you do. So that's a trick on that. Remember, the caps are made a little different. They have, if you look at the sides, there's a seam on each side. Of course, that isn't the front. You go to the other side, there's a seam again on that side. Definitely not where you want to embroider it. So this is definitely the front. And we're going to be setting it up to embroider it right there on that little mark. So I've showed you tricks of trying to get it centered. And so now let's show you the trick of actually hooping it and how to do a nice job, because the brim, again, going all the way around, it's a little tougher. You can't stretch the cap the normal ways. So let me show you about putting some nice cap backing inside the front of the cap, smoothing it out, and then sticking it on your hat cap frame and then embroidering it. And that's what we're going to do next. So let me show you the piece that I've cut. So we have a distance here. Let me show you the distance. The distance here is from here to here. Here to here. Your cap backing, you're going to have to cut it to fit right in there. And you're going to have a bunch of them if you're doing a bunch of these bucket caps. So once you get it to the perfect size, let me show you that next. Here's the size that I need. I go over to my cutter and I just cut them exactly to that size. A bunch of them. Now, what do you think I'm going to do next? Of course, I'm going to spray adhesive one side. Put some spray adhesive on it. I'm going to go on the inside and I'm going to put that in there. and I'm going to make sure it's nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. That's going to help you a lot because you cannot stretch the cap from side to side very well, and this is going to just do a way better job. So this is one of the tricks I wanted to show you, and I'll show you that next because I'm going to put it in there, and then we're going to take it over to the cap frame, and we're going to take it over to the machine, and we're going to actually show you how it fits on there and how smooth it looks. And then I'm not even going to show you how to embroider it because there's no need to show you that. Look at all my other videos on embroidering caps. It's the same thing, you know, inside out, and from the top, from the bottom to the top, bottom to the top, inside out. Can be to the right or to the left, but from the inside out on doing your artwork. And that's how you do the caps. You can watch me do all the videos on the caps. They're all done the same way, and it's the same way you're going to do this when you stick it on there. But the main thing is what I'm showing you now. This is the most important part about doing these bucket caps. Don't be scared of doing them. If you have the frame, you can do it. And this is the trick to doing them right. It takes more time. You got to charge them for your time. It does take more time. You're looking at cutting the backing exactly right, spray adhesive the backing, and also, you know, making sure you got, and it's a little challenge to get it so it looks really nice, centering it, putting a center mark on there. That all takes time. Figure that out along with how much time it takes you to embroider the cap. Charge them on that because that is the time it takes to do a bucket cap. It's so let's go to the next stage. Let's stop talking. Let's go to the next stage and show you this. Okay, here we are. I wanted to show you this real quick. I put in my nice cap backing. I've got some spray adhesive on it, of course, and now I've got it nice and smooth in there. Whatever you have to do to get it smooth and get all the wrinkles out, that's what you want to do. It takes more time. Yes, it takes more time, but it does a nice job. And here you can see that that's going to have to go underneath when you're actually going to be hooping it, and we'll show you that next. So, you know, there it is. Now you're going to have to flip that out, and then we'll stick it under there, and we'll get it onto the cap frame, and we'll show you how nice and smooth that looks. And you got your little mark on there so you can center it out, and that will be the way to get it pretty much done. But this is one of the most important parts, guys, right here. And it does take more time. Now let's show you what I use to get it all smooth and stuff. You can use anything you want. I'm just going to show you what I have. It's a little thing that I use. It has a couple pins on it, and there it is. And now you can see how smooth I've made it. So I can take it there, smooth it out. I can take it there, smooth it out. I can take it there, smooth it out. Nice and smooth. Everything's no wrinkles. Got my center mark. I'm ready to take it over. That's what you want to do. So once you have the setup going, it goes pretty fast. But this is the way to do it properly and to do a really nice job on unstructured bucket caps. And we're on the Embroidery 2 channel. Hope you're getting the message. We're going to take it right back over to the frame, and we're going to show you how nice that looks. Coming up next. Okay, we're here. I've just slipped the frame on there, and we're about ready to hoop the cap. Okay, remember the brim here. Maybe this has to go under here. Here's your center mark. It's a center mark. You're going to want to line that up with your center mark on the cap that you made. That's pretty simple. Now we're going to pull the clamp over. We're going to smooth it all out and get it so it looks really nice. And now you're going to see how nice it will look because we did that extra work with doing the spray adhesive on the cap backing and smoothing it all out. So it's going to save a lot from pulling and trying to get it as straight as possible. This is going to be a lot nicer. It's going to turn out really great. So let's show you that next step. Okay, here's your cap hooped up and ready to go to the machine. Looks pretty good. You centered it using your mark. Remember, use a decent amount of that spray adhesive Sometimes this has been sitting for a little while, so make sure the adhesive is fresh, because it's going to help to make all this stuff even stick better. When you're rubbing like this, rubbing like that, and you're going to have to pull. You're pulling down, you're getting all the stretches out. And you can go by these marks. There's a line at the top of this cap. That line there should be pretty straight. The line at the bottom should be pretty straight. And then everything in between should be nice and as smooth as possible. And that's the thing, these aren't structured caps. If we were to use it without the spray adhesive, this would be all over the place trying to stretch this out and get it to stick in any way. And I know if you've tried before with any unstructured caps, and this is a trick with any unstructured caps, this helps out getting caps to turn out nicer. Unstructured caps needs a little structure. This is the way to give it a little structure, using the spray adhesive on the cap backing. I hope you enjoyed our video, and we're going to take this to the machine next and embroider it. I'm not going to show you that part, but makes a nice bucket cap, and then we'll be able to move on, just keep doing them. So don't be scared of bucket caps. They are a little challenging, just like anything else, but you can do it, and I've given you a few of the tricks that I use. Try them and see how they work out for you. Maybe you'll come up with some better ideas. But this is just something to show you so you learn a little bit more on the Embroidery to You channel. We'll see you next time, and remember to subscribe, because we need you to subscribe to our channel. Have a great day!